But can you introduce us to one, what is the mentorship? And then I want to kind of go through your process of creating it.
Yeah, so the mentorship, the name comes from mentoring and internship, and it's literally the two words combined. And it was because I wanted to be able to offer both. And when I wrote it down and I saw that, my brain would just literally combine the two words. And I saw like on the mentoring side, it was all about like character development and mindset and growth, a lot of inner workings. And then on the business side, it was just about like branding and how to start your business, basic things that you would need to be good in that space. That's kind of where it started. I had no clue. I had no clue that it would be something where I'm partnering with these huge companies or things like that. The idea just literally came in a split second. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna see if I can do it. Um,
Mm,
but yeah, so it's basically evolved into this intensive 9-week training where we take in 3 Black and brown girls. It's a very intimate cohort because the training is so intense. It can be a little, I guess, invasive is the word,
mm,
because you have to go so deep and you have to really meet yourself, and that's kind of hard to do if you have a huge crowd of people around you in the
yeah.
process. But they go through these exaltation sessions. So they go through high performance training, subconscious reprogramming, habit forming, a lot of spirit work, a lot of purpose coaching in the process on the inner side, and they get mentored in that. And then on the business side, they learn digital strategy, they learn about brand management, they take on client projects that I have, and they really get to apply it. And in that process, we take them to very high influence companies so that they can go in and they can see, how these companies are working. What does it take to build a team? What does it look like? So some of our partners have been Viacom, Magic Johnson Enterprises, the Oprah Winfrey Network, Nike, Quicken Loans, like a ton of cool, amazing companies that they get to go and literally talk to their executive leadership teams. I mean, the interns. And what I love is that these companies know, okay, these are Black and brown girls, so let's pull out the Black and brown people in our company. So the girls get to
Mm,
then see themselves, that it can become very real for them, that they too
mm,
can be in those positions if they choose to go the corporate route, of course.
yeah.
But yeah, so they do that. They go through this training, they meet with these people, and then at the end of the cohort, we take them on an all expense paid trip. We pay for their travel, their lodging, their food, all of that good stuff. And we'll take them to either New York or Detroit or LA, depending on wherever the cohort is located,
Yeah.
so that they can basically put everything they learned to the test. And they'll go and visit, those corporations in person. And like, it's always back to back to back, waking up at 6 a.m., not getting home until like 7. And it's just on the go. They may have to present, a
Yeah.
pitch deck to Ralph Lauren. They may have to, do digital strategy for I1
What?
Digital. Like they've had a ton of experience, but that's basically what it is in a nutshell. It's a personal and professional development program for amazing, promising Black and brown young women.
That's a hell of a nutshell. We got to talk about that.
Okay.
So I know we wanted to leave away from the academics, but you said you made this idea in your comms class,
Yeah.
right? Was What was the kind of inspiration for you? Was it more like, man, this is what I wish I had, and you wanted to make it, or you just literally just put two words and you're like, oh snap, this has never been done before?
Yeah.
Like, how did that come to be?
Yeah, honestly, it was one of those divine inspiration moments. I don't know why I was thinking about it, but when it came, it was like I could not stop writing. And it was absolutely inspired by the things that I wish that I had. I remember when I was writing, I was thinking about how I was such a it was like, well, if I wanted something, I was going to ask for it. Like I always asked. I was able to, speak to some amazing people. I remember going up to the president of Jordan Brand, and he had spoke at U of M, and everybody was like asking for pictures and autographs, and I intentionally waited for like an hour because I was like, no, I need him alone. Like I need to talk to him when everybody else is
Yeah.
out the way. And I was like, can I have your contact information? And he looked at me kind of like, what? But he told me, yeah.
Wait,
He
just
told
straight up
me,
contact info?
yeah, like how can I keep in contact with you? And I don't remember what we talked about before that, but like I closed with
Mm,
like, how can I keep in contact with you? and he looked at his security looking at him.
Security.
Yeah, because he of course he has security around, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, so it's like, what you gonna do is tell me no. You know what I'm saying? So, but I was
Yeah, yeah,
thinking
yeah.
about my network of people, whether it was someone, like him, where I just wanted to see if, he would be willing to stay in contact with me, if I could ask him questions via email, or if it was someone that was a mentor to me, that had really poured in a lot to me and that I was close with and able to watch and learn from. I'm like, dang, like I feel like everybody should have this. I want everybody to have this. And I remember that being a specific thought of like, dang, like I want to share that with people, because I
Yeah.
felt privileged almost to have that. And I'm like, well, obviously my parents, my family have instilled that value in me of like, my granddaddy always is like reinforcing, like, you can be whatever you want to be. I've been hearing that since I was a little kid. But what about baby girl who hasn't heard that? What about
Yeah.
the girl who's been torn down? Like it was just, I was just thinking about stuff like that, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
how can I provide that? How
Yeah.
can I give what I wish that I had even more of? Like, how could I build this amazing thing? So that's how it kind of started.
Okay. Now that's really dope. That's really dope. And one thing that I thought about